Finishers in pro wrestling are super important. Not only do you end a match with that, but it's a big part of your personality too. Randy Orton is a perfect example. RKO might be even more popular than Randy Orton himself. And over the years we got some good ones, some bad ones, a arm snake, and sometimes a finisher doesn't need an explanation. I mean, 69ing your opponent right before you break his neck? I get it, but sometimes it's really hard to make an excuse for a bad finisher. It's a punch, people. The same thing he does during the whole match, punching, but this punch is different because he charges it. Yeah, this one doesn't make any sense. And this is a slippery slope because there's always exceptions to this rule. For example, Hulk Hogan's leg drop. On paper, it does sound bad, but I believe it fits the era. He also does this whole pumping up thing, and he has the star power to make it work. A better example is The Rock and the People's Elbow. Sure, it's an elbow drop, but again, it's the star power and all the things he does before the elbow drop. In this video, I want to talk about the worst WWE finishers right now. Before we start, I want to talk about Xavier Woods. I'm not sure if it's a finisher, but he keeps winning with this one. It's a goddamn roll-up. Tell me this is not a legit finisher. Let's start this video with Austin Theory's ATL. I hate this move. The previous version of the move was actually great. It looked like an RKO. I mean, maybe that was the reason why he changed it. But now all the impact is gone. Oh, something is about to happen. Oh, okay. It really is one of the worst finishers in WWE today. Theory actually asked Randy Orton's permission for a finisher. Randy Orton agreed, and he's not using it anymore. Yeah, this version definitely sucks. And it sucks because Theory might be the face of the company, and I don't see this as a move that could get him over. It's not one of these moves that are gonna be like, I need to watch a compilation of ATL. Fireman's carry into Hikaru looked absolutely amazing, and now it just looks like something you would create in WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, because you don't know any better. What about Charlotte Flair's natural selection? To be honest, sometimes it looks okay, but most of the time it looks like she's hurting herself more than her opponent. Just stick to the figure 4. And this might be a controversial opinion, but I believe the big boot she's doing is actually better. I believe she's tall enough to do the move, and while it's not really that good in the first place, okay, maybe I'm just blinded by Test's big boot because that shit was wild. Well, we got another one. Lacey Evans is using women's right, which is something I don't agree with. I don't agree with women's right. The finisher. Okay, when it's a big show, I can get behind it kinda. His fist is bigger than our heads, you know, he's a big... Well, I can get behind it. When Lacey Evans is doing it, I have no explanation. There are no excuses. I know it's funny. Women's right, and she's hitting her opponent with her right hand, and she's a woman. Yay, I get it. It's horrible though, and it needs to be changed. Possibly the most hated WWE finisher of all time, MVP's overdrive. This one sucks. MVP, you're in a wrestling ring, not on some swings. This is actually a finisher that Randy Orton used back in the day, and what an upgrade, right? Nobody likes this finisher, nobody should like this finisher. MVP probably doesn't even like his finisher. It's just simply bad. And while I was doing some research, it seems like 90% of the people are mentioning this finisher as the worst WWE finisher of all time. I would honestly disagree, but I get where people are coming from. It doesn't look like he's trying to hurt his opponent, it looks like he's trying to protect him. Madcap Moss doesn't have a great finisher too, right? He has a finisher named the Punchline. It seems like something interesting is about to happen, but then it just shits the bed. The only good thing about this move is the name of it, the Punchline. His gimmick is a comedian. It kinda makes sense, I get it. But the move itself is very boring, it lacks impact, it doesn't have any impact as a matter of fact. Very generic finisher for a very generic wrestler. Do any of you guys feel like Becky Lynch's manhandle slam shouldn't be a thing? It's one thing when The Rock is doing it, it's a whole different thing when Becky Lynch is doing it. I don't know what it is about it, it just doesn't look the same, and every time I see this move I think about The Rock, which is never a good thing in my opinion. It doesn't suit her at all. I don't know what's the reason behind this, but I feel like she desperately needs a finisher change. Now, I'm not sure if Naomi is still in the WWE, right? Probably not. But on WWE.com, it says that Naomi is a current WWE superstar, so we are going to shit on this finisher too. Her finisher is a booty slam. She's hitting people with her booty. I'm not even joking around. I don't have much more to add. I don't know what to say. She's hitting her opponents with her booty. Yes, I don't know what's so special about it. Maybe right before she touches her opponent, she farts, and that's why they get dizzy and get pinned. I'm not even sure. But it's one of the dumbest, goofiest finishers in the WWE history. I can't stand Twisted Bliss. Maybe it's the way she hits it. I'm not even sure. It just lacks that impact. You know when John Morrison is doing the Starship Pain and sometimes it looks kinda shitty? Twisted Bliss looks like that all the time. Am I nitpicking? Perhaps. I was never a big fan of that finisher. Let's talk about the Nigerian nail. Do you guys like it? I don't necessarily hate it, but I know many people are going to complain about it and, well, the great one, where's the Nigerian nail? Here it is, people. I don't personally hate it. I don't like it. It's fine. But I do get where people are coming from. My biggest issue is that every time I see this move, I think about Umaga. And Commander Aziz is not Umaga. The fact that Nikki Ash won the Raw Women's Championship with a crossbody is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, this is not a finisher. I can get behind anything else, not this. You land on someone's body with no impact whatsoever and that ends the match? Nah, man. I wanna end this video with the worst finisher of all time, and that's Tamina Superfly Splash. I mean, the move itself is great. You know, it's a classic. I respect the move. It's the way Tamina does it. I could hit a better Superfly Splash with 2 hours of training. I mean, she has her moments, but for the most part, it looks so bad. It looks way too safe. And it's crazy that that's the issue. Lately, it just doesn't land. Every time I see Tamina hitting a Superfly Splash, I'm absolutely amazed by how bad it is. It's like she's going for a diving move, but then lands on her feet, then knees, and then finally hits the move. She takes protecting your opponent to a whole different level. But these, in my opinion, are the worst finishers in the WWE right now. I pretty much only talked about Raw and SmackDown because I don't watch other shows, so how do I know, right? But let's be fair, Raw and SmackDown have the most exposure, so a bad finisher, well, it will be remembered. So make sure in the comments below rank top 5 or 10 worst WWE finishers right now, and let me know in the comments below which ones I forgot, because like I've said, I only talked about Raw and SmackDown, but I'm pretty sure we have plenty of shitty ass looking finishers. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe if you already did, and the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.